Welcome back to By Your Side with B Wise and Tino. Our next guest has been solidifying her position in the Australian R&B and music scene for the last couple of years now. Welcome to the show, Billy Maree. We duck it up in here.
Thank you for having me.
Bless. You
but
good?
that sucked.
Yeah?
Dap
Come
me
on.
again.
All right,
What the hell was that?
There we go. Come on, there we go. That's the vibe. How you doing? First off, before you even go in, how you been doing? What's good with you?
I'm really good.
Yep.
I'm really good. Life is super calm.
That's the most important thing. Now, I love to that. You've been steady doing your thing, grinding, growing as an artist, developing your sound. If you can take us a little bit back to the start, like, so where are you from, and then what also inspired you to try your hand in the music, in music, period?
Oh,
I know it's one of those, like,
getting real into it.
Hey, I'll go dive in.
Well, I'm originally from Mount Druitt, man, Triggy. That's where I was born and raised by my grandmother. I am of Samoan heritage, so music's a very massive thing in my background.
Yeah.
And I grew up in church.
Okay.
Church has a lot to do with it. And my auntie, really, she just used to sing all the time.
Right.
I remember being like 4 years old, watching her sing around the house and being like, man, I wish I could sound like her.
Man.
And now it's like, damn, auntie, I think I got one up on you.
So you're the one who's in the family took it to the next level?
Yeah, no, I've always had a passion for it.
Yeah.
I just didn't necessarily have the confidence for it. I was the only child, especially being half caste. I know it's not like a term that, it's a bit frowned upon, but that's what I grew up using.
I used to hear the same too.
To me, it's not offensive to me. Like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But growing up half caste in a Samoan family and not looking like a Samoan, I didn't really have that confidence, especially in church, to be like, I want to sing. Give me the lead. Let me do this. So everyone kind of just thought like, background, whatever. She doesn't really care about this thing. But the whole time I'm like, please put me on the mic, please. And now, I feel like, as you get older, you kind of just don't care anymore. Just
and then you
want to do
started
this.
stepping out into your own. What would you even say was the first, I guess, connection to you stepping in the studio for the first time, or was there someone or something that gave you that final push? Like, let me just try and rule.
Originally, I began writing poetry.
Spoken word, or just in general poetry?
Spoken word, just free flow kind of things. And I heard this beat, actually, Kwame.
Oh yeah,
Kwame sent me a beat.
Shout out the boy.
And I ended up turning a poem into a song on that beat. And I was like, this is kind of cool. It was probably really trash back, like, if I listen to it now, I'd probably be like, damn. But it was really cool back then. I was like, this is kind of fun. And I was living in Brisbane at the time. I wasn't really connected to anyone up there that did music. Do you remember Main Street?
Main Street, fam.
Main Street as in like gnarly Reese.
Oh no, I wouldn't.
Damn, no.
I knew a different Main Street, like Main Street fam. I was like, it might have been prior years before.
But you know Soze, right?
So yes. I know.
So he was doing like the music stuff back then, like with a few boys that were rapping. And one of the boys had come across me on Instagram. They're like, man, you can really sing. Have you ever tried your hand in studio music recording? I'm like, no, never. He's like, well, we have the studio next week. Like, feel free to come through. Right. And it just so happened that I was coming to Sydney the next week. So I was like, yeah, I'm going to pull up. And Reese, Soze, picked me up. And that was the first time I ever stepped foot in the studio. Yeah, I was 16.
All right. Shout out Reese, man.
Yeah.
Helping push the culture, man. Look, and we're here now. We just heard the song Melrose, which is your latest single that you've just dropped.
Yes, correct.
Dope, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And what I want to ask real quick, tell us, just on this one in particular, what was the creative thought and how was the process building the song? And actually, shout out, that was produced by Beast with Chef.
Yes.
Shout out Beast with Chef, shout out Barry, shout out all those guys and Liberty doing that thing.
So dope.
So walk us through the process. What was the creative vibe and what would you want the listeners to take home from it?
I was really bored with whatever we were making at the time. I was like, man, do you just have any beats? Like, just play me some stuff that you've made, bro.
Yep.
Playing a whole bunch of stuff and then came across this beat, which was a Melrose beat, and I was like, nah, this is it. Let me hop on this quick.
Yep.
I was like, please let me freestyle on this.
Got you.
And then I heard the saxophone in it. I was like, sold, boom. So there was no like crazy like creative process of like, deep thought of like, maybe we should do this and this and this. It was kind of just like, boom, we've just thrown something together and it works, which I feel like is the best sometimes, don't overthink it.
But freestyle as well, like you mean for like when it was coming out, you just like top line and you just went in from the vibe and
just talk
built
shit.
the melody, talk
this
shit.
This is my specialty.
Exactly.
just
all our specialties.
Play the beat,
Yeah.
let me hear myself. I'm gonna say some shit right now.
I hear that. No, and it came out with records like Down or On Top. You kind of gravitate, or you remind me of certain sonics and sounds that I used to hear from, say, the late 90s or the early 2000s R&B, like the real golden era of
That's
it.
all I listen to.
Is that? Am I fair to say that? Is that where?
That's definitely fair. Like that's all I've grown up with. 100%.
Yeah, okay,
like man, like Sade, Tevin Campbell, Aaliyah, Jodeci,
Tevin.
like all of that. That is my damn. That is it right there.
Promised Land. That was dope. And the main thing with it, everything else was going on around. How was that experience for you? Like running up on that stage, doing like, you know, festival sets and all that. How'd you feel?
Well, that was my first festival performance ever. That was so surreal. Prior to getting on stage, I was literally dry reaching, like gagging, like ugh.
Oh, you like
so nervous.
Yeah.
So nervous. But I feel like in the moment, once I actually, you know, got on the mic, ran on stage, there was no nerves. It's like, all right, this is what I'm doing.
What was that highlight moment when you were at Promised Land that you remember that was just like, all right, yo, this is real?
Oh man, like coming out on stage, obviously my verse is playing for hire, and everyone just screaming and like already knowing the lyrics.
What?
Seeing like so many beautiful people in the crowd, knowing the words that I wrote and recorded, and being excited to see me on stage.
Yes.
I was like, what the fuck?
Doesn't that feel like the most surreal moment when you think about where you wrote it by yourself usually, and then
literally in that moment, the struggle and grind with this music stuff feels worth it. This is real people that you're connecting with. It's not just like, oh, I'm putting my song out and people are streaming it and whatever, let's just hope for the best. You know, numbers. But it's a completely different feeling when you're on stage and there's real faces, real people in front of you that know your words and they relate to it, you know? It's like, damn.
See, that's why I want to sort of actually sit with you on that, where you just said, we live in this game and this climate right now where everything is just like, put it out, numbers,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
But even the numbers that we even run up right now, if we take it back a couple of years or anything like that, would have been considered a win in a sense. But now it's like everything's a number focus. But what you just said is the importance of it is like, how does the record connect with each individual? And how does it, you know what I mean? And the organic nature of it, and especially working in an independent way, like we're coming on that come up. That's what I feel like is super important. You just hit it.
We have so many amazing artists out here still grinding, working their way up, just like me. And I feel like a lot of the time we can get discouraged by our numbers, you know, oh, we're not hitting the millies, we're not in the hundreds of thousands, whatever. Even then, bro, like you're getting thousands of plays on your music. Turn off your phone and go touch grass, bro. Like if you really because if you really envision that amount of people, like if you have 5,000 people in front of you that love that one song, they connect to it, and you're on a stage, that doesn't, like that feeling is way beyond seeing 250,000 people playing nothing beats that face to face value. Nothing beats that.
And you'll never build a day one fan, like when they see you live they really connect, and then that's 100%. Where they'll follow the rest of you.
It's been crazy. Like I've had people who, you know, they support here and there, whatever, and that's cool. Like I appreciate all the love with it. It's great. But particularly after that performance, those people, they message me every day. They repost every day. They're like, oh my gosh, no, I really am a fan of you now. And that's so crazy to me because it's like, damn, I'm just Billy from Mount Druitt trying to be somebody, pay my bills, you know, shit. Look after my mother.
These bills is gonna get paid, man. Don't even worry about it.
Oh my goodness.
Well, then what's the next? Like, what do you feel is next for you? 2023, how do you feel? Like
2023,
what can we expect?
You can expect I'm gonna be so annoying. I'm gonna be everywhere. Essentially I want to get into project mode. I think it's time for a full body project for me.
Because at this point it's been a run of singles, building that awareness, building that momentum.
And if I'm being completely honest, I don't see myself as a single-based artist because I do have a story to tell, and you can't really capture a story within 3 to 4 minutes. So I feel like having a full body of work will just allow people to understand who I am.
That's right,
and, you know, where I come from and where I'm going.
We're going to definitely support you at the show as well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We're going to ask you a question real quick. If you have a special someone, would you date them if you knew in advance they were broke? So basically what we're saying by that point... So what we're saying at this stage is like, so they're not quite all the way there yet, where they want to be in their life. Can you see past that and hope that they'll build, or do you need to know that they're financially on point right now if they're going to be trying to chat with you?
You're getting right into the thick of things, huh?
Yep.
If I'm being completely honest, I can see past that because I would hope that somebody could see past that for me. I'm not where I want to be.
Yep, I feel you. See, you're deep. You've got a deepness to you, man. Gilly Maree, thank you so much for joining us. We're here. You're a fan of the show, and we're going to keep supporting and running it up.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.